All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dowell. I am up here with the young men, and I am actually teaching them masonry, actually block laying. And there are many different aspects to it, but they're learning. Actually, this type of block, which is called, somebody asked me, it's called a split face block. We've been laying buildings at different places, and we even have a few on the straightway that's called split face. On the inside, it looks like this right here. And then, of course, on the outside of it, it actually looks like this right here. Of course, we got to clean up this, where all that stuff is, but on the outside, it looks like this. Real nice and clean looking. And of course, what it does, it makes it so that you actually do not have to actually get an outside facing to put on a home, because when you have this type of texture already, you already have a very nice looking home. Depends on you want to leave it like that or paint it. Now, there's a few questions that come into play that I need to go ahead and answer. Here, Elias, hold this for me while I answer this question, all right? What happens is that whenever you're laying a block building, and I'm going to explain to you the difference. A lot of people don't know. A block building is what you normally would see a lot of commercial buildings that is built out of. A lot of the commercial buildings are built out of block buildings, and the reason being is because it's concrete, it's strong. The mortar that we're using in these block buildings is called a type S, which is another form of concrete, which is concrete in itself. Whenever they're using, you see homes that have a real nice looking brick. They use a type N because it's not a load-bearing mortar. And whenever you see brick homes, actually behind a brick home is nothing more than stick framing, or what they call a home being framed up in wood. The brick is not load bearing. It's there just for vanity purposes, just for looks. It serves no other purpose but to protect the home from the elements and just looks. That's it. Whereas a block building, by the time you put the sill plate and you build a roof on it, it is a load-bearing building. All right, it's a load-bearing building. All right, so now with that, we'll go ahead and I'll take the camera back and we'll do a little bit of interviews here. All right, Brother Brett.
Yes, sir.
Masonry, block laying, block
Yes,
building
sir.
and stuff. Okay, yesterday or the day before, I went over a whole bunch of areas about measuring.
Yes, sir.
And how there's a lot of measurement and everything involved, a lot of math involved, we're constantly checking. What is your input out there to help brand new people who may get into this endeavor or building their own homes or help building communities as far as laying block? Let's go to two aspects. The level of intensity of the work, which can be very hard,
True.
and the mathematics. Address those two concerns.
You definitely got to brush up on your mathematics. You got to learn math. If you're not sharp and you need to brush up, as I need to as well. I'm not where I should be. Physical training, you should be able to lift 45, 50 pounds all day long, because you're lifting it, not just lifting it, but you're lifting it over rebar with mud on the side. If you shake it too hard, you hit the rebar, the mud's going to fall off. So you got to be able to hold 50 pounds, but not just hold it, but steady all day long. It's pretty intense work. Don't be afraid to get dirty. It's a very dirty work as well. This is where you can apply the book knowledge, the knowledge that you read of how to do stuff. You can apply it so it could be wisdom, because wisdom is applied knowledge. But it's hard work. You gotta learn mathematics. There's a lot of variables into it: horizontal leveling, vertical,
geometry.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables that go into it, and you gotta be sharp and have a sound mind to constantly pay attention to what you're doing, instead of just trying to be in a rush to worry about how fast you're running it. But you gotta look at the level of everything you're doing, the plumb line.
How many times have I repeated myself out here after giving detailed instruction with everybody out here, Brother Brett?
Repeatedly, a lot of times. A lot of patience. I know from first-hand experience, when you teach someone new that doesn't know how to do it, you got to repeat yourself over and over, and it takes a lot of patience, and that's something you're constantly doing.
How many times have I had all of y'all where y'all had blocks down, I had y'all to pick them back up and do it again?
A lot. Every time you lay a block and it's lower than that line, you get that mud down and you mud the block right here, You mud that, you get it on the line, and if it's lower than the line, you gotta pick that back up, clean it off, and put it back down. And if it's lower than the line again, you gotta pick it back up and do it again.
And that doesn't, I mean, after you figure about 8 hours, 8 or 10 hours of work like is
Your
40
lower back is gonna feel it. It's gonna feel it. Yes.
lower back is gonna feel it.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, you see what we got right here, right? We can tell that we see this block right here. We've had this block down on mud. All right, dry mud and stuff. All right, you learned anything?
Yes, sir. It's a lot harder than it looks.
No, but this is fun, ain't it, Gabriel? Is it fun? Tell the truth.
It's fun once you look at it, but when you're actually doing it, it's kind of more stressful. The blocks look lighter than what they are, and it just seems a lot simpler until you actually put your hands to it and do it.
How many times have I had you to pick blocks back up and put them back down again?
Many.
Many. So it's how much measurements do you have to do in this measuring?
A lot. It's constant. You got to make sure it's level on each side. It's not too low. Got to make sure the mud is perfect, just so it doesn't sink too much or it's not too stiff.
Plumb to the wall.
Yes, sir. It's tedious.
Tedious, huh? Tedious. Plus them blocks are heavy too, ain't they?
Very heavy.
All right, Ariel. Here we are down here. Ariel, remember I told y'all you and Gabriel got the same thing going. Remember that spot right here? You know what that is, right?
Dried concrete.
Exactly. And that comes because Caleb, got to keep y'all environment cleaner. All right, Ariel. What do you think so far about this block laying? You can see that the work can be satisfying, but what's your assessment of laying block building?
Like they said, it's a lot harder than it looks. Definitely need to be in good shape because this stuff gets really heavy.
Gets really heavy, huh?
Really heavy, especially when you have to put it up this high and then you got to take it back down.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do that a couple times. I don't really like it.
Don't like it, huh? It actually takes the fun out of it, don't it?
Yeah, it takes the fun. If you get it right the first time, it's pretty cool. But
If you're paying
if
attention.
you're paying attention, yeah. But I mean, it takes a lot of diligence. But yeah, I like it. I mean, it's fun.
It's definitely hard work, though, isn't it?
Oh, for sure.
How much measurement? How much mathematics and measuring it is in this building?
A lot. I mean, everything is math. Like, if you don't know math, you can't build for nothing.
You can't even do it, can you?
No, no. That's for sure.
Just like doing these windows and everything and stuff right here. You see me doing these windows, right?
Yes, sir.
Setting these windows and stuff. How long was I on setting these windows right here before I actually even laid the first course?
Oh, you're good. Probably like 10, 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. 10, 15 minutes. 10, 15 minutes. So here's the back end right here. Elias,
Sir,
you cutting wire. What are you cutting wire for? What is this?
this is it helps with the stability of the building.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
truss wire. Go ahead.
Ties everything together, really.
Exactly. So Elias, how many times have I had y'all to pick up the blocks and do it again?
Oh, what? This block I picked up 6 times.
And why did you pick that block up 6 times?
The reason why is because we had made the mud too gritty and it was too thin. So when we put the weight of the block was just crushing the mud every time, no matter how much mud you would put. As well as, these things, the middles of them have this thing right here, but you see it has this part right here, the handle.
Mm-hmm.
So, the block is supposed to rest right there. So when you put the mud there, it can have the support where it didn't have one over here because it was like a cut block or something.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have to, it was relying on support from just the sides alone. And with the quality of the mud, which wasn't good, it wasn't working that well.
Are you learning a lot?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Learning a lot. Now think about this. If you didn't have to pick up that block 6 times, you could have laid 6 blocks from about right here. Isn't that true?
Yes, sir.
Isn't that true? Hallelujah. So, it looks fun, and it's something you want to get into, but is it really fun?
I mean, I guess when you get the concept down, like all things, they'll be, more enjoyable.
Right.
But it always looks easier when you're not doing it. But when you finally get to do it, you'll realize there's a lot of steps that are involved, which if you messed up on the steps, then you've got to do the whole entire operation all over again, basically.
So what do you say, Elias, about people who want to, actually, they want to lay the blocks, but they don't want to go over here and learn how to mix the mud? What do you say?
Definitely. Well, I mean, it shows right away. I mean, you got to, they're not just going to promote you to be a general in the military in the first place. You got to go through the steps because you really don't know the importance of the steps as well as you won't have an ideal. So if you have to build your own building one day, all you can do is lay blocks, and you ain't gonna be able to do nothing. And you can't lay blocks without mud.
Exactly.
But if you know how to do all the steps, then if you have to, it may take longer, but you could do a building by yourself.
Exactly. Very good. Very good. All right. Let's get Brother Brett. He's really learning and picking it up fast here. Brother Brett,
Yes, sir.
what do you say about people who want to lay blocks, but they don't want to learn how to mix mud, carry blocks, bring shovels of mortar and stick them on the board, you know, all the other stuff.
Yes, sir. It's just arrogancy. You want to go ahead and be the head man without taking the prior steps of learning. And it's like that in every aspect of construction. You got to start off small so you can work your way up, just as in the military as well.
Hallelujah.
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. So, here you go, Elias. We'll finish it up over here. All right, now, you know, masonry is kind of an enjoyable act. It really truly is. But like I said, it is. It's very hard work. It's long, it's hard, it's tedious, it's strenuous. And I'm getting too old for doing this. And that's one reason why I have the young people up here. Because the truth is, if I can get every one of these young men, first of all, number one, proficient in the first step, which is learning how to lay mud. Learn how to mix mud. If you can learn how to mix mud, I'm only talking about the actual building of the building itself. Then you'll be able to go here and you'll learn how to apply when the mud is the right texture, depending on the humidity and stuff. The humidity that could be outside, excuse me. But before that, you have to learn how the proper measurements. You have to learn the different types of measurements. I'll give you an example. Here's a big old Pittsburgh level, okay? All right. Excuse me. All right. For instance, if you bring this up here, Elias, right here, we're going to cut this off. But right here, you see this top bubble? This top bubble is sitting at level. That means that this wall right here, step back and get a good view of it, Elias. This wall right here, this door is plumbed. This door is plumbed. This door is plumbed. It's the same distance from here to here. It's plumbed going all the way up, okay? Same thing with the windows. This is plumbed as well. You have a diagonal check to make sure that the building is on here and here, as well as, well, right now we're not sitting at crossways. So crossways is sitting exactly about, let me put on top of the mortar. All right, bring it up, see the bubble? So wherever the top part of this block is sitting on that mortar here, you can see that the building is plumbed. As well as if you was using what they will call a 3-4-5, a 3-4-5, come over here, Elias. You'll see that this building from here to here in the diagonal is also level. So this plumb, it goes all the way around. No matter where you put this level, it should be that way, as well as when you get to this wall right here. When you get to this wall right here, you can see that it's within the bubble again as well. All right. So all these are checks that has to and must be done at every aspect of the building, as well as the distance of the blocks, because you don't want to be sitting out there cutting the blocks and stuff. And then the next thing you need to do is you need to learn how, which is one of the most difficult things in the world to do. You can stay right there, Elias. And then people find out that it's not so easy. You can see them still playing around with it. The next thing you need to do is need to learn how to take this trowel right here and learn how to actually apply mud to the actual block. See, that's applying mud to the block, because normally when you first start off, you'll see people doing that and they're actually wasting mud. So you have to learn how to actually butter the block and get your arm right here used to, or your hand used to, applying mud to the blocks. Not only this way, but you have to be able to learn how to flip it as well. Now, am I making it look easier than what it is, Elias?
For sure.
I'm making it look easier than what it is because of the multitude of years of experience, if you understand what I mean. So you have the trowel going this way as well as, and of course, if you have like this end a 1/4 inch higher than this end, you can actually use the mud to make up the difference once you got the line set. Of course, then you have what we'll call the plumb lines. And I don't know what they did with the other part of the line. Okay, this is where we actually set the actual line for the block right here for the next course. we take this plumb line, because since these are split face block, we have to actually do the measurements of this particular building from the inside. You can stay down there and come this way. Do the level of the building from the inside, okay? I'm gonna need a little bit more line down here so I can actually have enough down there. And mind you, this is a different type of a line or what you use to hold the block with. This is the twig right here that you use to put on the block, and it's actually set to hold the line in place and to make sure it stays plumb up against this line on the block. And then you come down here and do the same thing. Take this twig, you take a piece of a block or half block to hold this twig in place. I don't know where it went. You got it? Yeah. All right. Oh boy, that's a big ugly one right there. And use it to hold. And you can use anything as long as you hold it. This is the next course right here that this whole course will be laid to the line to. All right. And of course, this line, when you lay it to the line, believe it or not, it actually works to measure 3 ways. All right, you have the top, the side to side, and it'll let you know if you're going too low or too high. But if you lay it to this line, you'll have this building. When you look down, it'll be plumb. It'll be plumb and it'll be straight on the level. So I got to go now because I have to check a corner that Brother Brady did, and we got to get ready to run this out. And plus, I got to run out this front here real quick, and it's getting humid out here, so we got a little bit of work to do. With that, we hope that you learned something, and we will say shalom. Have a good day.